It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry.
This should be a good one to watch.
And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Well, they don't call them the faithful for nothing, Bronk. Fans numbering 70,000 strong have made the trek to Santa Clara, and they're ready to cheer on their 49ers here at Levi's Stadium. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage run after run and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense could get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Jake Moody now ready to get this one started. And we're off from Levi Stadium. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space, he's past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. So the Rams offense getting out there for their opening drive of the game. And leading them out to one of the game's all-time leading passers. The top pick back in 2009. Still going strong, it's Matthew Stafford.
Stafford just continues to fight off injuries, and he continues to battle father time. And it is remarkable. There's a lot of quarterbacks as we see him age. We see the arm fall apart. We see the wear in the tear and the velocity disappear. You're just not seeing that with Stafford. You can question how long the journey may continue, but you cannot question how productive he is when he's on that field.
He's got the hook up to Devontae Adams. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
On first down, here's Stafford. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. That's incomplete left side. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Throwing is Stafford on 3rd. Caught, nice gain left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. The first carry now for Kyron Williams. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Stafford from the gun. This throw is caught. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. It's a design boot. Oh, my. It's intercepted in the end zone. Jair Brown has it. All right, so they like the results on the field, and they're going to decline this penalty. Purdy on 1st down. They'll get it to Brandon Ayuk. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's 1st down. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Has him on the quick hitter. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 39. Throwing the out route complete. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
To throw again, it's Purdy. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. And this one does not go far.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go. They kick the running back in motion. Flushed out of the pocket. He's on the move. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
From the red zone now. He brings it in. And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun is Purdy. The throw is caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's McCaffrey. Hits the end zone for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
PAT up and good for Moody. And the 49ers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Rams headed back after their second drive now. And they got off on the wrong foot here with that opening drive interception that led to points the other way.
Yeah, and what this defense has shown is they are going to capitalize on your mistakes, and not just a little, but by a lot. So from here on out, you better play some mistake-free football because this defense is hunting for more.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Hits him on the out route. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it brings up an LA first down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Williams now on 1st and 10. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 1. Finds him over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Stafford now on first down. His pass caught by Nakua. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
A quarter down, 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Levi Stadium right after this. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Rams football. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. We fake the handoff now, Stafford. Finds a seam down the middle. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
Well, now this is certainly going to make 2nd and goal considerably more difficult. He could have gotten rid of it to avoid the big loss. But give some credit here to the defense as well. That pressure was suffocating. It's going to make it a more difficult now 2nd and goal situation.
Gotta forget about first down in a hurry. They need a chunk of yards here on 2nd and goal. Another try following the sack. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
I'll tell you what that deflection right there, Kate, tells me. That defense was following and reading the quarterback's eyes. Knew exactly where that throw was going. And it takes a little bit of intuition, a little bit of feel. He's able to get his hands on it and knock it out of bounds.
Third and goal, it's Stafford. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
I'll tell you this, Kate, that's where you got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute. both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play call back.
Sly's kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. His return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Second drive coming up for this 49ers offensive unit. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. That finds Ayuk, complete. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. A give, left side to McCaffrey. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
That's a play that won't pop on the stat sheet, but the players and coaches won't forget about it, I promise you that. Coaches will file that one away the next time they really need to pick up a few yards.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Purdy throwing here on 1st. Brought in by Ayuk. And he'll get it up to the 44. It was the rookie from LSU that time on the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. On the ground, this is Isaac Arindo. He's out in the clear. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 24 on that play. And that's a 49er first down.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They'll motion him out of the backfield. First down throw by Purdy. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
From the 27, Kittle brings it in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
Third down, 1 yard to go. On 3rd and short, McCaffrey. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Pickup of 2 here. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Blitz coming for Purdy. The Rams get to him, and he's dropped. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You can put that sack right into the coverage sack category. You can see the quarterback. He's scanning, right? He's going through his progressions. 1, 2, 3. Nobody's open. And then, bam! Sack lunch.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Trying again following the sack. That throw finds Kittle. And they bring him down around the 34.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
The Rams showing a nickel look. Third down coming up. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. He has room past the 25. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. So it's the 2-minute warning here from the home of the faithful. The 49ers in position to attempt a field goal. Fourth down now, and on comes Jake Moody for the 49ers field goal. Ball on the left hash, 37 yards out. Moody knocks it through and add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
You know, you look at that third down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Stafford from the gun. Has it downfield, working the left. He goes the distance. Touchdown, LA! The Rams earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Devontae Adams, the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Rams tie things 10-10. Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Return coming from the 6. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Now out comes the San Francisco offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Purdy on first down. Complete out to the right. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Got a man, McCaffrey has it. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. It's a punt coming from the Niners on 4th down, and Mitch Wisnowski out to boot it away. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Rams and Davante Adams getting set for another look here. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Able to find Nakua here. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Complete. It's Atwell. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
From the 37. Finds his back, Kyron Williams. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Nick Bosa makes the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Stays in the pocket. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Rams going to punt on 4th down, and they're calling Ethan Evans to the field. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Here comes the final play of our first half. One final shot before halftime. He puts some air under this one, deep right. Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. Picked off by Mykel Witherspoon. And the Rams watch as the return goes out of bounds, bringing us to the end of our first half.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. Starting from the 5. He's stopped on the return at the 27. We'll see the San Francisco offense first this half as they're headed out now. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Hits him on the out route. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Some careful consideration, and Sean McVay will indeed challenge the call. Well, I certainly don't envy the officials here. A lot of times, Brock, it can be so tough to have the right angle to get a perfect spot on that football.
Yeah, how they do it, I just marvel at it. A bunch of years ago, I got to do and be an official, a side judge for a spring game.
How'd that go?
Not well, because things happen so fast, and I really do. I marvel at more often than not how good these officials are at spotting the ball.
1st and 10 from the 41. From the gun, Garindo. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Finds his man. It's Ricky Pearsall. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Well, the odds aren't great when you throw into double coverage. Normally, you see one of the defenders make a play on the ball. 2 men nearby, and that's a missed opportunity for the coverage to make an impact play.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Now Purdy. Gets it to him on the screen. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punch, and here's another huge one. And he can't hurt you with a return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. The Rams and Matthew Stafford set to go back on offense. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Stafford. That one complete to Higbee. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Up the gut they go with Williams. He's contained at the line for no gain. Brought down by Fred Warner. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. Backed up now after the penalty, it's 3rd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 31-yard play, and it brings up an LA 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Give to Williams from the gun. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Brought down by Fred Warner. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Wanted to fit that one into Devontae Adams. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Defense showing blitz. Stafford. He'll get this one to Adams. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. So this one goes out of bounds inside the 20, but not by much. They're giving him the 18-yard line. The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a 49er 1st down.
Gosh, I love that creativity of the play call. Name of the game is putting the ball in the hands of your best, your playmakers, creating matchups for them to take advantage. And this time, not as a receiver, but as a runner. That is job well done.
From the 39 now, after that explosive start to this drive. The tight end going in motion right. Pretty throwing here on first. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big 34-yard pickup there. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside. Look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. Purdy gets this from the pistol. Throwing the out route complete. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Tackle made by Cameron Curl.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. He's foray up the middle, and that's about 3. That tackle made by Kobe Turner. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. On 3rd down, Purdy. Complete beyond the marker. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a 49er first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. We're still tied through 3 here. Neither defense has given an inch in this one. Well, we didn't see either side separate through 3. It's all tied at 10 to begin the 4th. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They toss to McCaffrey, running left. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers take a 4th quarter lead. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. Brock, we all use literally far too often these days, and sometimes in the wrong context, but this guy has literally driven his team to a lead here. His 2nd score puts him in front in this 2nd half.
Yeah, and hopefully some of that determination, that want to, he showed on that run could seep over to his defenders who are right now buckling up with a newly acquired lead. That way the next time he takes the field, well, that lead will still be on the board.
On is Moody for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers break that tie and now lead by 7. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Has this at the 6. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Stafford from the gun. This is hauled in by Atwell. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Throwing now, Stafford. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So 2nd down coming up. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Straight ahead with Williams. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Stafford. His pass caught by Nakua. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. His throw is cut. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
It is so hard for these defenses. I don't envy them at all to try to monitor where these running backs are. Are they chipping? Are they delaying their route? He's such an underrated part of their overall passing game.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now Stafford again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Has it down close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Stafford back to throw. And this is going to be an LA touchdown. The Rams now trailed by just a point in the 4th. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Here's a return from the 7. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Running back sent in motion. Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that 1st down flag. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Throw complete to Juszczyk. And he'll get it up to the 44.
It's always nice to see teams still employ a fullback. I love rewarding a big guy with some touches during a game. They earn those looks. That was a well-run route, and he showed some soft hands to bring it in.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Back to throw it. He'll get this complete to Jennings. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. 49ers with a little more work to do to win it here. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Ayuk put in motion left. Purdy on first down. Complete to Pearsall. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here he is to throw. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, San Francisco. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal, but you do have to ask the question, did they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
On is Moody for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers break that tie and now lead by 7. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Rams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And you know this firsthand, partner. You get above that 300 mark, you and your offense are going to have plenty of highlights to choose from by this point in the game. We're getting a look at some of them now. You just got to marvel at how well he's played the quarterback position here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. He's got the hook up to Atwell. And he's touchdown about 5 yards shy of that first down marker. Clock continuing to run as the Rams hurry to the line. He'll look to throw it. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
To throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. Back to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the 49ers make the play that should win them this game.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Now the 49ers getting set to go on offense. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
The 49ers only moments away from finalizing this victory as they take a knee. Now the Rams are going to use their third and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee and let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. So the 49ers earn the win in this one. This was a game they had circled a long time ago, Brock. You bring a division rival into your building, you want to make a statement at their expense and get that W.
We know it's not just an axiom, right, that it's so hard to win any game in the NFL. It is. They're difficult to do. But a division rival in your own building, it almost feels like a must-win, and that's the juice they played with today.
So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the 49ers, as we'll see you next time from Santa Clara.